Okay, 1-8, which is all about translating, taking words and changing it to math, or taking math and changing it to words. When you're working on this lesson, you need the chart on page 38. Page 38 has a chart that has all of the names of all of the words that go with adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing. So if you're not sure about what a word means, you can always look back on page 38. Number 1, the product of 6 and y. And it will say, write each word phrase as an algebraic expression. Well, product means multiply. So all you have to do is go 6y. That means 6 times y. This is the answer to the product of 6 and y. Okay, number 2. When it says 12 divided by a number means a variable, which is a letter that takes the place of a number. So you can pick your own variable. 12 divided by means 12 divided by x for a variable, or y or z or whatever you pick. Or you could write it 12 divided by x this way. A fraction bar is a division sign. This is correct. This is correct. Number 3 says 3 times the sum of a number and 8. Important thing in this one, the sum. The sum means the answer after you add two things. So when you see the sum of something, you automatically know there are going to be parentheses involved. So this one says 3 times the sum of a number and 8. So you're going to put some parentheses, choose a variable, you can choose x or y, and add it with 8. And then the 3 goes out here. See, that means 3 times, this 3 times the answer to y plus 8. If you don't have the parentheses in this one, it would be wrong. So the clue word is the sum. Okay, number 4. 6 times the difference of 5 and a number. The difference is a clue word also. It's just like the sum, but the difference means minus. So when you see the difference or the sum, you're always going to have parentheses. So that means that you put some parentheses. 5 and a number means 5 minus x, because remember it said difference. You keep them in order, and the 6 goes out here. That's 6 times the difference, the answer to 5 minus x. Number 5 says 3 less than a number. This is a super important one because 3 less definitely means minus, but it doesn't mean 3 minus x. 3 less means I'm going to take 3 away from something. So, in this case, my x goes in the front and my minus 3 goes in the back. See how that's 3 less than x? If it had been written down 3 minus a number, then that answer would have been 3 minus x. See the difference? 3 less, whatever's with the less, always goes here. Always goes second. 3 less, it's kind of like you turn it around, x minus 3. But 3 minus means go in order, 3 minus x. Now, let's go the other way. Now we have the math first, and they want us to change it into words, to a verbal expression. So how could you write h plus 4 in words? Well, the easiest way is h plus 4. You could also say the sum of h and 4 you could say 4 added to H. You could even say 4 more than H. Oops, yeah. So there's lots of ways to say H plus 4 in words. Now, number 7, they gave us the words. We are going to do the math. How do you do 9 less than X? Remember, 9 less is that one that you have to be careful about. 9 less means minus 9. So that means the X goes first. X minus 9. Okay, go ahead and practice these 3. The first 2, you have the math, you change them to words. Number 3, you have the words, you change it to math. For number 1, you could have said 90 divided by y. Or you could have said the quotient of 90 and y. Those are 2 possible right answers. For number 2, you could have said S minus 405. Or you could have said 405 less than S. See the difference? When you say minus, it's just straight like it's written. S minus 405. S minus 405. But if you use less than, you have to flip it around. 405 comes first, less than S. 405 less than S. Number 3, when you do that one, you're changing it to math. So 9 times a number means 9n or 9s or 9x. You can pick the letter. It doesn't matter which letter you pick. Now, if you wrote it like this, 9 with a dot times your x, that's fine too. That's not wrong. You just don't really need the dot. Or if you put 9 parentheses x, that's not wrong because that shows times also. But what you don't want to put is the times sign because the times sign looks like a letter. So we want to get away from using the times sign and use a dot, parentheses, or just next door to each other works the best. Listen to a story problem that's going to use us changing words to math. Listen closely. Carly spends $5 for N notebooks. $5 for N notebooks. That means we don't really know how many there were. She might have bought 10, she might have bought 20, she might have bought 2, but she spent $5 for however many notebooks. That's what the N represents. And here is what it says for the directions. Write an algebraic expression to represent the cost of one notebook. That means, how can we show how much one notebook cost since we don't really know how many there were? Well, if she bought 2 notebooks, you would go 5 divided by 2, and they would cost $2.50 a piece. If she bought 5 notebooks, you would go 5 divided by 5, and they would be $1 a piece. So our algebraic expression is going to look like this. 5 divided by N, or we might have put 5 divided by N. No matter how many notebooks she bought, the way to get the answer is to divide. So this is what it's meaning when it says write an algebraic expression. Now, this problem might be on homework, so you might need to look back at this video at some point when you work a problem like this on homework. Okay, listen to another story problem where we have to write an algebraic expression. A company charges $46 for cable TV installation and $21 per month. So, $46 is for installing the cable. That's what installation means. Okay? And then every month you pay $21 per month to keep cable TV. Okay? So, one of these numbers is a one-time charge. Which one do you think is a one-time charge? $46, a one-time charge. Which one do you think happens every month? Right, this one happens every month. So now here's what it says in the question. Write an algebraic expression to represent the total cost of M months. M is our variable. M months of basic cable service, including installation. So what it's asking me is, after I've had the cable for however many months, what was my total cost? Well, here's how you find out. You go, every month you pay $21, right? Well, $21 times M, like if it was 3 months, you'd go 21 times 3. That would be $63. If it was 2 months, 21 times 2, that's $42. So the first part of it is 21 times M. Isn't that 21M? But then you also paid $46. So put a plus sign, 46. Now see, that would work, because 21 times however many months it's been plus 46. This would be the answer to write an algebraic expression to represent that. Does that make sense? Here's your video homework. Number 1, you're just taking the math and making it into words. Number 2 and 3, you're taking the words and making them into math. Have a good evening.